All right, guys, welcome to episode 201 of Open Your Podcast, Open Your Toys cast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time. And those are Mr. Stark,
Transformers, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, and Star Wars.
Yeah. If you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it right here on our YouTube channel live. Maybe Sundays, maybe every other week now. We're in some discussions of that, but it's definitely where you can catch all your latest breaking news, even though most of this is pretty old at this point. But when we're not recording, you can join us at our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/openyourtoys. If you just want to know about new shows when we're recording, that kind of stuff, follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. If you want links to everything we're talking about, go to openyourtoys.com. There at the top of the page, you'll see links to our show notes. There you can find links to subscribe through it. And I just realized this, it's not through iTunes anymore. It's through Apple Podcasts, which I need to check whether that link works still or not. But Google Play, RSS, Stitcher Smart Radio. You can email us at team@openyourtoys.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 720-235-TOYS. That's 720-235-8697. Mr. Stark, where can people find you?
They can head over to YouTube and type in Lotus Stark and watch some videos.
And I'm completely I'm like a month and a half behind in my YouTube. Have you put out some new stuff with your Billy Bob Showbiz project?
Right now I'm just I'm recreating the overalls, so I'm just still working on sewing the overalls and basically taking a piece of fabric and making it into clothing. I've never done that before, and one of my really good friends is she's literally doing all the work, but I'm kind of there as a photographer,
God, watch that episode.
Yeah, she's really good. She does like cosplay and stuff like that, so she's really, really good at it.
All right, after this project, you need to get into action figure customizing, because I need to see all of Lotus Stark's attention applied to something that just blow people out of the water. Because your Billy Bob shit is just unrelentingly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with me though, is I have to have an interest in it. So if I don't have an interest in something, I won't do it, you know.
So that's the challenge. Open Your Toys cast listeners, is figure out a way to get Lotus interested in action figure customizing.
There's a ton of people out there that do that.
I know, but you could.
Although I am working with 3D printing now, so that's yeah.
Yeah, Vern went from zero to hero in the 3D printing realm relatively quickly, so that would be cool. But on the show, we also have an actual toy customizer. Yeah, Mr. Red Menace. What's your Instagram?
Associate of Horror.
That's right. I was like, it's association something. Cliff, welcome.
Thanks for the 5-minute warning.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, holy shit, I want to do this. We had a party for Mrs. McFavorite's birthday last night. A party in COVID times, our little pod plus a couple other people. But yeah, needless to say, she enjoyed it very much. And so she's been sleeping it off most of the day today. So I figured this is a good chance to squeeze this in. So thank you guys both for your flexibility. Rock, it was a little last minute for Rock, so unfortunately he won't be joining us today. But I really wanted to do a news show. It's been so long since we've talked about the other toys and fun stuff that's been cropping up in the last few weeks. So, my browser is just freaking out here. Are you guys still able to hear me and see me fine?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. If you want to find me, I'm at facebook.com/openyourtoys, at Slick McFavorite on Instagram, or slick@openyourtoys.com. All right, guys, what are we drinking? Have you solved your it wasn't a Yeti. What did you get?
Yeah, it's just an off-brand. It's like a Walmart brand. I think it's TAL is the brand, but I think it's just a Walmart brand.
Have you found the good balance there?
Not really. I mean, John, we had a little discussion of why my water is not freezing. So he was explaining that the top layer is going to freeze, and then due to the vacuum seal, you won't really freeze the bottom layers. So, but yeah, it's okay. It's still ice water. It's just, it doesn't completely freeze like my old one. That's all.
Yeah, and it's just like just got to add ice as opposed to freezing it, right?
Yeah, I know. Just extra. I've just been doing it for so many years. Just filling it halfway, and like I said, that nice big ice chunk at the bottom just carries me through, and now I have to take an additional step. So,
what about you, Cliff? You got some Crystal Light? Oh, yeah. Oh, is that an official Crystal Light, or are we still using the packets in the bottle?
No, this is the packets. It's just a smart water bottle.
Okay.
I got the box right here.
Today, because Mrs. McFavorite didn't drink all her drinks last night, we one of the families in our pods, their favorite thing is margaritas, and they just make these margaritas, expensive as all get out, mixed at home. I did the math, and it's still like a $3-4 margarita because of the caliber of booze they put in it. So we drank that most of the night. So today I have truly hard seltzer, Mrs. McFavorite's least favorite flavor, pineapple. My most favorite flavor besides black cherry maybe, but I grew up on Pineapple Crush. That was one of my mom's favorite drinks. So we didn't have many sodas in the house, but we did have Pineapple Crush pretty regularly. So I've always been a big fan of that, and
it's actually really, really good. I actually recently had a bottle of that, and it is very sweet, but it is definitely a treat to have one of those once in a while.
And are you able to get Crush there? Because they don't.
Yeah, it's official Crush. Yeah.
Wow.
Pepsi owns it.
We can't get Pineapple Crush here. I have to drink Fanta.
No, it's official. No, it's Pineapple Crush. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh,
I'll take a picture of it next time I'm at the grocery store. Definitely be too expensive to ship.
Yeah, no, trust me.
I mean, a 6-pack would be too expensive.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't even know if it would make it to you. The way that they ship things these days.
Just explode.
Yeah, exactly. Whew. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into some con news, because I know Mr. Stark has a Big Brother time.
Can you guys believe it?
Deadline.
They're doing Big Brother. Listen, I know it's a goofy show. It's a reality TV. It's the only reality TV show that I watch. But can you believe it? They actually authorized them to do the season this year. It's live.
Yeah,
and
that's what's crazy.
They let him into the house last weekend, and basically Julie, the host, she's wearing her mask, and she's like 12 feet away from it, and then all the players are wearing their mask, and then as soon as they go in the house, they're allowed to take their mask off, and they're just interacting like normal, like they're all close to each other.
Well, I'm sure they all were tested.
They were.
And they're in a bubble anyways, right?
Correct.
Like
they're stuck in that house. Yeah.
Yeah. See, my guilty pleasure is like real world and road rules and the challenge and shit. And with those shows, they get to go out in public and stuff like that. So I don't know if that would work.
But if somehow, if like one of them gets hit, the whole thing is like infected. I mean, it's just a disaster.
Well,
that's why I want to watch it. I'm just like, what's going to happen? Are they all going to make it?
That's what I worry about with our pod, because I probably go out more than anybody else in this little 3-family pod we have representing. And so if any of us ever get it, I know it's my fault.
Is that like a term that you made up, or is that a news term that people are saying pods now? Or
that's a news term. That's what they
thing?
call it. Yeah, when you create this inner circle of people that you trust, to be doing the correct things and not going to, bars with, no social distancing.
So the Sturgis bike rally just started. There's like 200,000 people.
Did you see that shit? Oh my god!
See how there's no mask. Everyone's like within like arm to
inches.
Arm. I'm like, and they're expecting to have like 250,000 people. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so funny.
Well, and what's crazy is no one will show symptoms. It's a week. So no one will show symptoms, and they'll just leave and spread it to every fucking place they're going. Most of them, because it's a motorcycle rally, they drive cross country for it, so they're going to be affecting people along the way. Like, I don't know, but
this is it. This is the end of the world, man. This is the last show. This is The Walking Dead, man. This is how it's all going to happen.
I saw a post the other day, like they showed zombies and all these different like pictures from post-apocalyptic movies and shit, and they were like, who would have known the end of the world would have been so boring? Oh shit. All right. Speaking of this day and age, PowerCon was a online convention this year, and I really, unfortunately, like I say, yesterday it was all planning for a party. Today's been all recovering from a party, so I've missed all of these panels. But let me share my screen here. But PowerCon has been doing like Zoom panels. So unlike San Diego Comic-Con, where they're all pre-recorded, these are all live. Still a couple panels left for today, and I won't feel bad if people leave this, let's see, 4:30 Pacific time. Yeah, the Origins panel start right about as we're coming to the end of our podcast. I assume they'll put these up on their YouTube channel as well, but this one I'm really curious about. This is going to be all the new reveals, all that kind of stuff. Going on right now is the Pixel Dan Toy Guide panel, and then up next after that is the Multiverse panel from DC, I would assume. But yeah, they put on a full con live panels. They've been doing raffles during the panels. They have this crazy treasure room thing where it's a VR experience, nowhere near as cool as the Tamashii Nations one that we did when Peter was on the show. But in this treasure room, very cool animations, original artwork, and then each time you open one of the doors, there's a door on the left and the right here, you get a video, and I clicked on a few of them. It was like the packaging of their exclusive. One video was about the new Masters of the Universe Uno cards that are coming out. So if you don't have Uno in your household, now's the chance to get some Uno cards with some nice vintage Masters artwork and shit like that. So go take a look, support them, man. And like I say, we'll definitely post whenever the panels from yesterday and these panels are uploaded to their YouTube channel. So far there's been a little bit of reveals, and so Peter posted this in the group, and I forwarded me some Instagram posts with some more reveals, and I just realized they never made it to my email somehow. But first up, we're going to get a Skeletor with a Panthro single release, and what they're doing different here to make you buy it is this Panthro will be flocked, whereas what
Panthro is Thundercats.
Oh, I was like, wait, am I saying Panther? Yes, thank you, Cliff. We get the Mechanic and Triclops that'll be coming with the Battle Ram. And we've seen that before, but just few. And then one of my favorites, Hordak. You get Prince Adam from his mini comic deco with a Cringor, which is kind of cool. And then this is really interesting. We're getting a anime, or not an animation, an actual vintage figure merman. Or wait, maybe that is animation. But anyways, we're also getting Molar and I forget the name of this unreleased guy. Thank you, Eldor. Ram Man, which is interesting, and a Buzz Off. Whiplash, and what's the crab guy?
Clawful,
thank you. Spydor and Ninjor, dude. Ninjor was my shit back in the day, because that was right at like the height of my collecting, is when those guys came out. So
do you guys remember when the classics, I guess all the Maddie classics, they ended up at Big Lots like years ago, and yep. I remember seeing the Molar and Skeletor on a dentist chair 2-pack. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yep.
It was like $10 at Big Lots, but it was just funny because that's all I remember seeing on the shelf for that.
I bought it for my dentist.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, that's See, and I loved it. I mean, I'm a huge, as much as I have my personal issues with Seth Green, I'm a huge Robot Chicken fan, and I loved that fucking skit episode, whatever you want to call it, of it. So I got it like pre-order, picked it up at the con, all that kind of stuff. So I saw it at my Big Lots. It's always a little depressing, right? When you buy something retail, or even worse, buy it secondary market, and then you find it on sale or worse, clearance somewhere.
Wasn't that all that controversy with Matty Collector? I think the Ghostbusters showed up at Big Lots.
Oh yeah, they said, they were like, oh, these will never be released anywhere else, blah blah blah, and then realized, oh shit, what do we do with 10,000 cases of these things that didn't sell? It
was the weirdest selection too. It was like what it was. Marzo, Icarius, Molar. It was Grizzlord. Just the weirdest.
Yeah, a few of the Princess of the Power. So there was ones that people were like on it, and they're like, oh my god, like Grizzlord and shit like that. They're like, oh my god, I found these amazing ones. But then a lot of the new adventures and Princess of Power ones just sat there for a while.
And I think Megator, right? The giant.
Ooh, I don't know. Did they go there? I don't remember.
The green giant did the Megator, but I could be wrong. I mean,
yeah. Better times, right? All right. Let's see. TFCon. Well, I guess we'll get to some of these. I was trying to think of what the other ones I saw, but anyways, TFCon Baltimore 2021 announced. So October 22nd through the 24th of next year, given that the world still exists and we're not all fighting for guzzling or something. this is an interesting one. This is the last time I was at a TFCon. It was also the Baltimore one, and stayed with Mr. Vern Van Skate 28288. I forget what it is, but I am itching for a fucking con. Let me tell you, I'm like, even if Vern won't let me stay with him, I think I'll just stay. I saw some little roach motels a few blocks from his house. I'm like, okay, I'll just stay at one of those and we'll go hang out, you know. San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So this was really hit or miss for me this year. Usually I'm kind of on this stuff and I'm there, I'm pre-ordering, I'm getting in at the first minute. But things have just been fucking going crazy, and NECA kind of put it right where they said, you know, instead of this being available to thousands of people, it's been available to millions of people. So everybody's kind of clamoring for these exclusives, but Hasbro Pulse has announced that they're going to release their exclusives in September of 2020, which is really interesting. Except if you take into consideration that they extended everybody's Toy Fair Pulse memberships. So if you bought something in Toy Fair of 2019, you got a Pulse membership for free. And it was supposed to last for a year. So that would take us to February of 2020. Then a month before it expired, they announced, hey, we're going to give everybody another 6 months on their membership. And I was like, oh, that's baller. Nice to be able to get something for retail and get it shipped for free, that kind of stuff. But what that does is end in August. So it's a very, very obvious why they're putting their exclusives up for sale in September, because one of the perks of Pulse Premium is that you will get first access to all of their exclusives. So if you want first access to these exclusives, it's going to be time to renew that Pulse Premium membership at $50 a year.
Yeah, but $50 is not bad. I mean, if you're already planning on buying a bunch of these exclusives, I think $50 is not bad. I mean, you got to think. I mean, nobody's spending money on, you know, the SDCC passes or airfare. I mean, I don't know. I think if you're into it, $50 is $50. You know.
And a big thing too, because I think Peter about this is a big thing too. If you're not the guy that wants to go hunting for retail stuff, then Pulse is a great way to get it. You know, it's MSRP. And if you have the premium, it's free shipping, you know, all that kind of stuff. For me, I'm a retail guy. I like to hunt. I like to go driving to the stores, even in the pandemic, wearing a big stuffy mask on my face. Because Colorado, we have a public mask mandate. So anywhere you go here, you have to be wearing a mask. Stores will not let you in here.
But that's a nationwide thing, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's the same here in Illinois.
I think that's like every state has adopted the store policy where you have to wear a mask to enter a store or a restaurant.
Walmart's certain stores have said nationwide it's that way, but I mean that's why a lot of people are bitching is there's no mandate on nationwide or anything. So stores have said, like Starbucks, you have to wear a mask no matter what state you're in, blah blah blah. But here in Colorado, it doesn't matter where you're at, what store you're at, anything like that, you have to wear a mask. Our governor made it a statewide thing.
But the only stores are Walmart and Target. So it doesn't matter.
So yeah,
go to Walgreens.
So this will be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to renew it. I don't know if there's any.
Yes, you will. Is there anything that you're not hunting for any of these exclusives?
The only big one that I want is the Star Wars Clone Commander Arc Trooper 3-pack. The vintage collection one. Like, I'm not even worried about the Black Series one. That's the indoor thing. Not really concerned about the what is it? The Quintesson Pit one. Just because the redeco they did with all of those figures are awful, so
yeah, don't review and just take your chance. Like you said, you don't have many to hunt for, so there's a chance that you'll still be able to get it.
Well, the big thing even last year, and now granted it'll probably be completely different this year because they don't have any show distribution whatsoever. The big thing last year, even if you were a Pulse Premium member, they sold out in 2 minutes. You just didn't have to compete with the regular public. The premium one sold out in 2 minutes, and the regular public one sold out in 30 seconds. So it's like, is it really that big of a difference? So, but yeah, I have a feeling, Lotus, that I will renew, even though I say I'm not going to. All right. Toy news. Seige Elita 1 in hand. So we saw some Figure King scans that we're going to talk about here, but this is the in-hand one. Obviously, fucking a very minor remold of the RC here, as we can see. But it's one of those things I would assume most people have watched Seige if they were interested in it on Netflix or found some way to bootleg it. And someone in the group was saying it did its job. It made me want to buy the toys. But I have no interest in this. The only thing that the show almost made me want to buy was that Mirage and his Decepticon deco. But spoiler, don't listen for 15 seconds. But even that Mirage, he's in that deco for like fucking a minute and 30 seconds, and then they discover him, So, like, if it would have been an ongoing story, how Mirage was this, infiltrator, that would be one thing. But no interest in this. Have you watched Seige yet, Lotus?
Yes, the whole thing.
Okay. Had you watched it on the last episode, and I'm just not remembering?
I think I was only like maybe two episodes. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
I was going to ask you how you felt about it, but it sounds like
actually, I think I did watch it. I think I did watch it last time. And I thought we were going to talk about it on the last show, but I guess we didn't. But now I kind of forgot about it. I've purged it from my memory. Anything non-essential gets purged.
I'm with you. And then Cliff, are you even going to try it? Like,
yes,
that's a good little.
I will try it. I haven't yet.
Are we gonna talk about it or no? Is it?
No, let's talk about it right now.
Okay,
I'm down with it.
Who wants
to? But if Cliff's going to watch it, we probably don't want to talk about spoilers. Or are you even worried about it?
No, not really. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can talk about it because I guarantee you I don't know who any of these characters are. So anything you say, I'm going to forget before this episode even ends.
So what did you think, Lotus?
So I mean, the show opens up with Prime just being kind of beat down and doing some grunts and stuff. I didn't like Optimus Prime's voice, so I don't like his voice. Megatron obviously has some big lips, blah blah. And the thing with Megatron's lips, honestly, all it is for some reason they gave him a top lip. Normally he doesn't have a top lip, so I don't know.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's all it is. If you take the top lip off, then it's fine. It's just they gave him an actual set of lips. But So I didn't understand the whole, I mean, the direction they went for for Bumblebee, you know. I guess he was just, you know, maybe he was upset or whatever. Who knows? He didn't want to choose sides. You know, and then he was like this, you know, he was doing this little scavenger thing, and you know, they were, you know, he was finding all the energon, and I don't know. I'm not too sure. I really liked where they went with Bumblebee. I mean, then later on in the show, he's, you know, he's got Alpha Trion inside of him, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Magnus was ridiculous. Like I guess I don't know Magnus as a character, so I don't know if he is normally. I mean, would you consider? I mean, I don't want to say he was a traitor, but why did he do what he did? You know?
I think he wanted to try to end the war, and he thought that, you know, because he knew Megatron before the war, he thought he could talk to him, you know, man to man, and in this, you know, tell Megatron, hey, you're fucking up everything by the way you're going about this. And Megatron pretty much said, fuck you, you know. I want to touch on that Ultra Magnus thing because I read an article about the spoiler, you know, the spoiler pack that he came in. Mm-hmm. And I haven't opened mine yet, but I've seen all the contents. I'm like, where's the spoiler? And people finally talked about that. The spoiler is that he has a bunch of dark gray components, and that the spoiler is that that's him in a dying deco. Oh, because when he dies, his color starts to fade the way Prime did in the cartoon. And so that's why a lot of his parts are dark gray, because his color's fading out of him. And I was like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. But I don't think I never made that connection when I saw the first pictures of him. Right. I kind of liked the Bumblebee thing. I liked that he wasn't just the, you know, Prime's little minion, you know, his little hanger-on thing, that he kind of had his own story. And it was an interesting way to kind of introduce some of the plot lines with the Energon and that kind of shit. But the biggest thing...
What about Jetfire? I mean, did you like him being on the Decepticon side for that long, you know?
I thought he would have switched sooner.
Yeah,
but I did. But I did like the way he switched. I liked when they had him switch. So yeah, that wasn't. I would have liked to seen something cool like him scratching the symbol from his chest. Like I didn't like that he was on the Autobot side still with the perfect Decepticon crest, but. I think the thing I hated the most was all the drones, like all the multiples of everything, you know, the multiples of, you know, having 30 reflectors and having 100 seekers. Like that's what I didn't really like.
One of the main things that I definitely didn't like is I didn't really see a whole lot of transformations. Like I mean, they played some of the transformation sounds, but they didn't really show. I don't know if they ever showed any transformations. Maybe Prime transformed once.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too.
I mean, I thought the whole idea was these are the toy models, so wouldn't you know how to transform them in CGI? You know?
Yeah, you would think that it would be a simple engineering feat to just show the different steps, and you know what do they transform in 1 second, so it's really easy to just kind of show that. But no, I agree that I think that was a big thing missing as well.
So now, and then basically what happened, so you know, Alpha Trion is now inside of Bumblebee. And
see, and I miss that completely, and that's maybe me. That? Yeah,
that was the big thing, is when Magnus was dying, his spark like went up in the air or something like that, and B like got it somehow. I don't remember how he got it, but
interesting.
so now Alpha Trion is inside of B.
Seeing that's and that's my problem is even I watched the first 2 episodes like paying attention, and then I'm like, nope, and I watched the rest of it while checking email and stuff like that. So I missed that.
Well, so and then they have the arc. The arc ends up taking off, and Omega Supreme showed up at the end. That was really cool. That was actually really, really cool.
Yeah, I did dig that.
Yeah, Omega Supreme showed up. But yeah, the arc goes flying away, and then everything explodes. I think the arc actually exploded or something, and everyone dies, and all it's left is just the 3 girls and Bumblebee. I don't know. I maybe I missed something, a part of that, but something happened where everything explodes and everyone they think everyone is dead except for the 3 girls, the Elita, whatever, the 3 girl bots, and then Bumblebee.
Moonracer, Elita, and RC. I didn't think they exploded, and again, because I'm looking up from my computer and shit like that, but I thought the big thing was the space bridge opened. That's where the Allspark went, and I thought that the arc went with it. Like I thought that was the whole how to get them on Earth, right? Because the next series is Earthrise.
But why is it just the 3 girl bots and Bumblebee? Where is everyone else? Like that's what I'm thinking is they all exploded.
Oh, I thought they were on the arc going to Earth, and I don't know why Bumblebee wouldn't be.
Maybe I missed that. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
And I'm saying don't listen to me either, because
don't listen to any of us. I remember there was a big explosion when the space bridge opened up. I just remember there was a big explosion, and the tone of the show with the girls looking up, they just felt like it was a real sad time for some reason.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I think that may be the case, trying to give it some heart. But AAA joined in as a listener here. He says he likes the new storytelling, way better than the Combiners War cartoon. I thought it was very similar to Combiners Wars, and he likes the theme music. So I'll post about this when my friends post the episode. The whole reason why we did an episode with my friends about Seige is they did a 20-minute interview with the composer of the theme music for it. So AAA, if you like that, then that'll be something you'll be interested in. I didn't even notice it, and we talk about this on the show that's a good thing that I didn't even notice the music, because you don't want it to be blaring or out of place. He really likes that the bots are from the CAD files, which so was the Combiner Wars trilogy. That's why they looked that way too. So
yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was the animation was done real well, really nice, lighting effects.
Mm-hmm.
I as the bots were walking, you can see the lighting, the shading changing on them, like if you were watching for that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they divided that up into 6 30-minute episodes, and in reality that could have just been just like one. I think it'd been more effective if it was just like one, let's say, hour. They could have done like one nice, really good hour-long show and call it a day,
Yeah, and that was my complaint on the show I recorded was like all of this shit happened in the first 15 minutes of the G1 cartoon. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is way too much. I don't need to know all this. AAA says he likes the idea of Bumblebee being an outsider and Jetfire switching sides. He says it's for hardcore TF fans, but he doesn't know who Alpha Trion is or the Allspark. So, you
I know
definitely
what the
need.
Allspark is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, Peter. That's what the whole Bay universe movies are about. But and then Alpha Trion, you got to watch season 3, right? Is where he's introduced and his whole thing there. But all right. Well, I think that's enough Siege talk. We got a lot more toy talk here. I skipped one.
Well, all in all, I felt the show was, it was good. I didn't come at it with a negative kind of a thing. I watched it. It was it was fine to watch, but like I said, I've kind of it doesn't do. I guess I'm comparing it to Prime, and I just appreciate Prime better, even though Prime had a slow start for that first few episodes. I still feel Prime was a better a better show altogether.
Yeah, no, and I would agree as well. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just like the Machinima series to me. You got to take it with a grain of salt, and it's Transformers media that you don't have to read. I'm all for that. Whether I don't know if that's the greatest when you compare something to something else, the greatest litmus test for whether it's a good show or not.
Yes,
but
I don't know. I don't know. Whoever did the Prime episodes, and created that. They had the human element, and they had the robot element, and I really think they just did a good job having the mixture of the humans, and I'm sure that it's going to happen in Earthrise. There's I'm not going to say I'm sure, because I don't know if there's going to be a human element, but there may be.
The Triple A says yes, Transformers fiction or Transformers media you don't have to read. He's all for it. All right, Star Wars live stream coming this Friday. So if you're a toy collector, you can almost guarantee that means some toy drops somewhere, either on Pulse or one of their partner websites. It's actually going to be doing a brief Q&A as well. So you can post questions actually on their Hasbro Pulse page. So I'm actually curious. Not sure how long ago this was posted, but I'm curious to see how many questions have been posted so far. If we can get this,
I submitted
95 comments so far. You submitted one. What was yours?
What is Star Wars?
What's this wars, and why is it happening in the stars? Oh my god. Let's see. Next up here, Unicron update. So this update is kind of interesting. It's all about the transformation process. So we get a good look at some of the size. Like, look at those freaking. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Sorry. Look at the size of his rings, dude. Compared to this like normal size guy, those are just insane. This is the guy doing the transformations, and from the past pictures we've seen, this is the guy that's been taking some of the in-hand pictures as well. We see now these aren't actually the instructions, but we see some pictures, and we're in the 260 step realm. The guy that's actually doing the instructions and everything says it takes him about 50 minutes to an hour to transform it. And that's going with the instructions, he says. So very interesting. The final book is only going to be 32 pages, he says. But yeah, I mean, this thing is fucking.
So I don't care. I don't care about Unicron, but I gotta tell you, man. So this is, I don't know if this is the same guy with the cat that makes the funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was the one with him on the dock and shit. Yeah, like
well,
that.
now. I mean, the beauty of it is this guy lives in such an amazing place. I don't know where he's living, but man, to wake up every morning with a, French doors out to a dock with like this beautiful water. Like, where is this guy? Like, Dang.
Well, not to reveal too much about you, but I think you have a pretty incredible view, don't you?
Oh boy, we're not talking about any of that.
Let's
talk about Unicron.
So secretive.
Yeah. He's just like, everybody, isn't this view beautiful? Yes, you like this view, don't you?
I mean, is this guy married? Is this guy married? Is he allowed to have two Unicrons on a table opening up French doors to a beautiful waterway there?
And look at this gorgeous cat.
The cat
is he allowed to have this super cute cat?
Cat's loving. He's loving all the boxes, and that is a different cat though. So maybe this is not the same guy.
Maybe not. That is absolutely.
Are you saying
possible.
There could be two guys involved with Transformers that have cats?
There could be two guys with cats.
Two different guys. Oh.
It really could be. But we know this guy is making bank here. He's got the waterway there.
I think this is a cat conspiracy. So,
hey Jason, did you pre-order this?
Yeah. I've got.
What do you think of the box?
Got one coming. I don't give a shit about the box. This is one thing that I would never be displayed in the box.
Yeah, but you want it to arrive not crushed, right? I mean, you want it to be.
I'll keep this box no matter what because I have OCD issues or hoarding issues or whatever you want to call them, but. No, I don't really care about the box whatsoever.
That's the first time you've admitted. It's the first time you've admitted the hoarding.
Oh no! Oh really? Do I not cop to the hoarding? Trust me, I will be probably found dead with a bunch of toys smothering me. That's my assumption. I assume I will have a heart attack in my office somewhere sometime, and I'll just yank down toys.
He's got like muscle men like on his head, and there's like toys everywhere. Muscle men are just crawling up his neck.
That's exactly right. Oh, I can't believe I've never copped to hoarding. Oh no, I am definitely a hoarder. I'm a pack rat in general. I have twist ties from 10 years ago in my junk drawer.
That would drive me bonkers.
Oh, it drives Mrs. McFavorite pretty bonkers. Let me tell you.
Do you have every condiment you've ever received from any restaurant as well?
I cull them every 3 months. I go through and I throw things out that I can tell that are old. But yes, I have a container in my refrigerator of all my most recent condiments. And meanwhile, Lotus is just like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, you gotta.
Its skin is itching.
Yourself, man. You gotta free yourself of that, man. You're gonna be on one of those TV episodes.
I agree. Here, let me see if this will make for good. Oh shit. Oh, is my thing gonna crash?
Last time you did that, you broke everything. So
exactly, I shouldn't do that again. But yes, I am. I am getting out of control. I definitely agree. Oh, see, I have to share my screen again. But yes, I am right there with you. I am very concerned about myself.
Well, we're here for you, man. If you ever need any help of clearing stuff out, well, you just gotta tell us, and we'll help you take care of that problem. But you got to promise to not retreat back into hoarding.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is people spend a large portion of their time helping you, and then you're just like right back at it.
Yep.
All right. Black Series First Order helmet rumor report. So if you're into those Black Series helmets, range about $100 to $120. You're going to get a First Order one if you absolutely have to have that. Not too much fun there, but Masterpiece Starscream 2.0. And I think they mean this would actually be 4.0, right, Lotus?
I think it would be like 3.0, I would imagine.
Because we had
MPM or MP2. I'm sorry, MPO3 was the original Starscream.
Yeah,
the really big
the
one.
green one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got the Walmart version, right? And well, we got the Takara version. The Takara version was the coronation, so that was the first time we got a coronation. But then we got the Walmart version, which was similar, but the color was a little bit different. So it was a little bit of like a more whiter instead of on the grayer side.
Yeah, but I think that the molding was different, and I thought
the molding changed with the coronation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we got the Walmart one before the coronation.
The Walmart one I think was dated 2007. So it would have been we would have had to get. Yeah, maybe coronation came after. I know coronation was reissued, so that was another thing. Is it was reissued in 2015. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this would be considered more of a 3.0 because we definitely had an original Starscream. We had the Walmart Starscream, and then we had the coronation Starscream. And
now this would be 4. I get, you could probably consider coronation being a 2.5 or something.
Yeah, this is not 2.0. It's definitely at least a 3.0 at least.
Yeah.
See, I just wonder. I just wonder if they're gonna, obviously they're trying to do animation accurate, blah blah blah, all that wonderful stuff. Mm-hmm. They're gonna give you more articulation, which I didn't really think. The only problem that I had with any of the Seekers was their chest. Their chest never really felt solid. As soon as you pick the figure up, their chest basically blows apart. It just wasn't a good way of engineering the toy as far as the waist chest kind of thing. So I don't know if this is going to be any different. I'm sure it will be. But like I said, we're talking about price points and stuff. This is probably going to be another expensive figure. It's probably going to be above $250. And
easy.
It may even reach prime prices. In the 300s.
Yeah, and that's what AAA is saying here. So MPO 1 version 1, MP10 version 2, MP44 version 3, and he's agreeing with you. Hate that Seeker chest.
Yeah, the Seeker chest just horrible. It's just a horrible design.
And I haven't played with mine enough to know the difference.
As soon as you pick it up, like the whole chest okay, so if you don't pick, you literally have to pick him up with your 2 fingers by the waist. Otherwise, if you grab him, any part of his arms or his chest, it separates as you're lifting him up. It's just horrible. It's just a bad engineering point.
Well, and I think the big thing here is it'll be super tuned. I mean, it'll be probably is close to, it wasn't MMC. Who did the Seekers that everybody loves that they replaced?
The make toys are actually really good. The Make
those
toys,
ones.
Make toys. That Starscream actually looks really nice. They did a nice animation Starscream. It's a really solid figure. You can shake the heck out of it, and the torso won't separate. Chest, torso that won't separate. Even the knockoffs, actually, the knockoff Seekers are actually
the fucking Make Toys one.
well, I don't know who made the knockoffs,
I
but
know which
the KOs of the MPs, they're actually better, you know, better designed than the originals. So
yeah. No, and I agree with you. I've seen all those reviews, and much better to get those. But all right, Kamino Trooper Head. So this is the Black Series Kamino Trooper, and I don't know. This is like one of those things that they're revealing that this is the way it comes. This isn't an official picture or anything. So that's kind of crazy that you could paint it however you want it. You know, the big thing with the troopers is they always try to distinguish themselves because they're all basically twins of one another, you know? So that'd be really interesting if it just comes with a completely unpainted head. I think that'd be the first time ever in toy history, right? That a company would put out something that was completely meant for customization. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
or maybe maybe this guy just got it. Yeah, I was gonna say, or maybe this guy literally just got one that didn't get painted for some reason. But that'll be an interesting thing to find out as more of these reach collectors' hands. This was a figure that they announced on one of those Hasbro Force Friday things, and it was sold out on Amazon and so quickly that I wasn't even able to get it. So we will find out from other people. Lots of Transformers in hand here. So these are the things that we have coming up. You get the Centurion droid, which I pre-ordered even though I have a Brunt, but he just comes with too many cool accessories. There's his big bag of accessories. You get roller, you get some Energon cubes, you get an Energon mace for Megatron. I think there's a Soundwave tape deck in there as well. This is a $30 exclusive from Amazon. So, and I think they're still available. So if these pictures are turning you on, get in there, get it done. You get the cone heads as well, which, oh, wow. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize they were so similar besides just the wing configurations, which makes sense. I've given up on the cone heads. I just don't do them anymore. You get Space Patrol 2-pack here. Pictures of that Quintesson pit that I was kind of annoyed with. Yeah, I mean, God, the repaints just look awful in this thing. But the packaging's nice. So if I do re-up I will probably try for this no matter what. Wow, I didn't realize the prosecutor was so small, even though I've seen pictures of this before, but it's a tiny little prosecutor. But anybody interested in those, get some in-hand pics from probably somebody that took them from their local factory. Figure King scans, their big focus this time is Seige. So we've talked a lot about this. The big thing here, not that it helps any of us Americans, is this is a big figure guide and kind of inside of Seige. The one thing that I wanted to look at on this is it's a good look at all the figures that you could pick up if you're getting excited watching the series. So, you've got the Prowl that was available previously. You've got the Chromia that's available now at Walmart. The Cog. I was really surprised to see Cog play such a large role in it.
He had a large role when he hopped on RC's shoulder. Or no, who was that? RC or was it Elita? Who was that Cog hopped on?
I think it was RC, but I don't
RC,
remember. Yeah. So you can kind of get a grasp. I mean, even the Impactor was a pretty. I mean, that was kind of a hard.
That was an interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting conversation about how that Ratchet was talking to Impactor and kind of explaining to him this and that, and that was interesting that they put that into the show. It's like a softer kind of a vibe.
And me, I fluffed off Barricade like, what's this fucking movie homage? But he had a big part in the series as well. We get to see the Omega and then the Bumblebee, which is kind of interesting. And I thought it was really crazy. Like, they had Soundwave, but they also had Sound Blaster. So kind of gave.
I think Sound Blaster had a bigger part than. Didn't you think Sound Blaster had a bigger part than Soundwave?
Yeah, I agree. I
couldn't hear Soundwave too well. Like they had his vocals off.
Yeah, his modulation was way modulated. So kind of cool character design stuff. If you're interested in Seige, take a look at those. Azure. So as we normally do, we save a statue for the end. Azure C Studios. Have you ever heard of these guys, Lotus?
No.
Okay,
never.
So this is a new company. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say I couldn't remember hearing about them. I'm digging the statue. We're talking about how statues should be dynamic. A couple different. Where are the two pictures? Kind of interesting here, holding his samurai sword low, and then you also have a samurai sword that has kind of a slashing effect on it. I thought that was kind of cool. As well as you get the very crazy samurai crescent moon thing on his helmet, but
I don't think they said what did they say what the scale was on this? Was this supposed to be like a 12, like in a 12-inch format, or was this a larger?
72 centimeters. That's only going to be like a foot, right?
Okay, yeah. So.
Oh no, 28 inches. Wow,
oh, wow.
My math is way off.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is 28 inches.
Oh wow, it's going to be a big statue then. That's going to be expensive, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do we hear? Alternate exclusive sword effect and head. Nice tradition. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, nothing price wise here.
Yeah.
Is standing. Oh, he's standing over Triptychon's head. I guess I didn't see. Oh shit! I didn't even see that. See there, the fucking dinosaur head.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the cloud effects, or smoke effects, whatever you want to call those. It'll be interesting to see how well they're painted. Sword can be held back here. I like the options on this, and I like the statue. Again, like you say, this is going to be. I mean, what does a 28-inch statue go for? What's the base price?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking, if you're in that large format range, this is probably going to be a minimum of like $1,200 minimum. Yeah, and I've never heard this from this company, so it may be, it may be more expensive and it may be cheaper. Who knows? Usually, if it was from like a large company like Prime One Studios or stuff, you kind of know what the price point's going to be. But
yeah. I'm just seeing what else they might have out here.
It's kind of like, remember how that Unicron lamp came out like the one year and it was like from a no-name company? Like this is the same kind of scenario.
This one's kind of crazy. That Dragon Ball Z Toy Okoku. All right.
I mean,
I'm going to stop murdering things. What is that? A Blitzwing from the movie? That's another 28-inch one.
So is this company like doing their
I
own
think-
thing and they're just not getting a lot of press?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I've never seen well, here's a news at TFW, so maybe I just skipped a 95. So, I mean, granted, that's to the gun at the top, but
Yeah, maybe this is a new studio that's making a whole
Huh.
bunch of statues. I don't know. I've never heard of Azure Studios or Azure or something.
yeah, Azure C.
No.
Looks like their only other ones coming up on an image search or anime. So, all right, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Third party, MadBalls Figures. So as far as I can tell, this is a Megalopolis exclusive.
I thought we talked about these. These are the 6-inch ones with the hands and everything.
Yeah, we touched on them briefly, but we never got a chance to actually talk about them because I didn't. And I guess I should only say that because I didn't realize these are going to be fucking $35. Which seems kind of expensive, but
I don't consider these to be MadBalls. I mean, I know I said it before, but it's just it's not MadBalls. Why would you even? It's something totally different.
Yeah.
What
well,
is MadBall about this?
So MadBall. Well, the heads are all like modern representations of the original heads. So the Oculus is the one I had as a kid. And I still have one of the remake that they did up there that I wasn't really enthused about. But they did make MadBall figures back in the day where the MadBall was spring loaded and would pop off of them. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I totally missed that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is very much an homage. So here's the vintage ones. Oh yeah, see, I mean, look at Oculus. He's very similar.
Yeah,
but
I didn't realize that. I thought they were literally just the baseball sized, squishy balls.
Yeah. So, and I never had any of the figures. Now it kind of makes me want to go get one of the figures and get the remake of this guy. But anyways, so yeah, I just thought it was kind of curious. I don't know if they've reached their max, but I know they said like the first 1,000 customers get hand-signed versions of these.
Hand-signed by who?
By the guy that designed them, I guess. Where is it saying here? Each MadBalls, blah, blah, blah. Premium DNA policies.
AAA says the body is a figure stand for the MadBall.
Which makes sense. I mean, it looks like they have articulation too. I mean, maybe not. Can I get this blown up?
So does the head separate from these new ones? Does the head actually separate?
And that's interesting. I don't think it states whether it does or not. So that might kibosh the figure stand thing. Because like I say, the vintage ones that had popped off, each Mad 6 inches, 25 points of articulation. That's quite a bit of articulation. They're not just modular, they're modular, mix and match parts between the characters. So they're kind of like origins. Yeah.
So you can pop their heads off then.
Yep. And it looks like, accessories too. I didn't even see this. Oh, shit. Lots of accessories.
Those binoculars are kind of cool. The bats are kind of fun too.
Yeah. So, worth taking a look if you're a MadBall fan, you know.
Yeah.
And X-Transbot Quintesson. So this is going to be one of those things with Hasbro releasing a $30 version of this, and this probably being a $100 version of this. But definitely masterpiece scale here as they show it with the masterpiece hot rod. I love this little ship that you get the little
That
ship
masterpiece
with it.
hot rod is like a 6-inch tall figure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a smaller masterpiece by far.
Mm-hmm.
They're just showing a finger to maybe show scale.
Wait,
they look a little...
go back. What's the headphone jack for?
Oh, interesting. I know it has lights.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Faces with light of eyes, which activate via shape. Oh, that ship is a remote control. It seems sound effects will be added in the final product. Huh.
Mm.
I might be in for this, man.
Yeah.
I'm a Quint. You know me. I'm a movie fan, so.
I mean, I think for when you finally how we don't like to have batteries in our toys, but I think this will be a good use of having the batteries internal and not have an ugly cable coming from it.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of interesting that they would make that choice.
Yeah.
Because what's weird is there's also buttons on it that the cable connects to. So maybe it has an internal rechargeable battery and you charge it. I don't know.
But who cares?
Oh, this is somebody saying $175.
Yep, and who cares about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say never mind.
No one's gonna buy this. That'll be a clearance item. That'll be a BBTS clearance.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Super 7 coming with something completely different here. I mean, just out of the blue. I didn't even know Disney would ever. Well, I guess they probably lend their fucking license to anybody that wants to make stuff, but
I don't know. You might be onto something here. I don't know if does Disney allow that? Does Disney lend their license to anybody?
I mean, I know they do Hasbro and Mattel have made the princess dolls and stuff like that. So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think you got to really like these.
Yeah.
I'm a big Fantasia fan. So this Mickey, and more so, the thing I like the most about this is the broom soldier that just looks like a solid molded thing is probably what I like the most about it. But yeah, I don't know. Is anybody that big of a Robin Hood fan that they want the king from Robin Hood?
No,
Maybe the snake, but
I don't think there's any fans that are interested in this.
And they still continue to do this, and I mean, I guess I don't get it because I keep bringing it up, but why the fuck make the all-in the same price as ordering everything individually? I'm just like, give people $5 off, do something.
Now I feel bad. John's been secretly watching us, and now I feel bad because John likes this stuff. Oh,
let's put his comment up there for posterity.
Yeah, he's like, love these. I'm like, oh man, now I feel bad because I just said that none of us would ever want to collect this stuff.
So if they have this license, Lotus, what's the one figure you would want to see? What's the one figure that would get you to buy this?
I don't
Disney
have any
nostalgia at all?
No, I've never seen any. I mean, maybe I've seen I saw Bambi, possibly. I don't remember seeing any Disney stuff, honestly.
Are you serious? No Lion
Seriously?
King, no Little Mermaid, no
No Aladdin.
Rescuers. Yeah, no.
No. I mean, not at the movie
Toy
theater.
Story. How about
Toy
Pixar
Story? Oh yeah.
Okay,
Toy Story, but I don't
so
consider
once
that
we
to be
get
Disney.
into
That's Pixar.
Okay, interesting. Good delineation there. I like that.
Yeah. Toy Story definitely. But no, I don't remember seeing any of these movies as a kid.
Wow.
So Engineer Nerd saying reminds him of some import Reveltech stuff, which good point, Engineer Nerd. You're right. Disney has licensed them their stuff to import companies that do super articulated stuff. Yeah, AAA with the Bombshell as well. Didn't see any animated Disney classics. That's crazy. All right, and you still don't have Disney Plus, right?
No, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna resend you my login. I mean, I mean, I'm gonna
I don't
get
think
you a
it would be
for yourself.
So I just don't think I would, since I don't have any nostalgia for any of this stuff. I don't think that I would watch it. You know, I think. Have you tried to rewatch one of these old cartoons? Like, I don't think it would even hold up.
No,
he's got a daughter. I would assume he's probably.
Yeah, I was going to say I've rewatched most of them, and a lot of them hold up because of nostalgia. You know, because I went to Disneyland when I was 8 years old, and remember the Snow White castle, and I remember all the kind of nostalgic things that connected me to the cartoons. So when I love Snow White, like and then we get to stuff where I was a little bit older, like Lion King is probably my most favorite Disney movie of all time. With Little Mermaid, as crazy as it sounds, right behind it, So,
Cliff, did you go to Disney when you were younger?
I've never been to either Disney park, no, but we went and saw the movies.
Yeah,
so.
I was never a Disney kid growing up either.
And would you consider yourself a Disney fan, Cliff?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And so now as an adult, why, and sorry if it's a money thing, but why haven't you done it as an adult?
I have no interest in attending any amusement park that seems to be the mecca for any people. Like, I don't even, as an adult, I have no desire to go to Great America, which is practically in my backyard. And you know me, I don't like crowds. I don't go to cons. I don't do crowds. I don't do heat. It's Florida sounds hot. California sounds hot. I will eventually go to Star Wars Land when the hotel is operating so that I can stay within the Star Wars world for multiple days. But until then, I have no interest.
Well, and you need to go during October then, because I've heard and I think, Lotus, you've talked about it once or twice, the Halloween Horror Nights or something at Universal Studios would just be your jam, Cliff. Like I hear it's literally like Hostel as
I've seen it.
House.
I know what Halloween Horror Nights is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you don't like crowds, unfortunately, that Halloween Horror Nights, yes, there are crowds, but I still think they do a good job of, spacing people out and stuff, But yeah, it's a fun time if you ever have a chance to go, definitely go. But now, like I said, now with all this pandemic stuff, who knows what's going to ever happen again,
Yeah.
And that all my stuff with crowds has nothing to do with the pandemic. We're all living in a world I've dreamed of my entire life right now.
He's like, you're all suffering with me. Yeah.
This isn't suffering, buddy. This is the greatest.
The people at Sturgis
I'm thriving.
Engineer Nerd says Snow White was the first film he ever saw in theaters. One of the first films I ever saw was Fox and Hound, another Disney animation classic. And AAA says he's a fan of Disney stocks. So yes, I'm right there with you. I have some Disney stock in my portfolio as well. All right. So Lotus, so no choice, right? No
choice. I mean, so I'm just gonna say, like, I didn't see any of those movies at the theater. I do remember that I think it was maybe it was like was it a Sunday night thing where on regular broadcast TV, the Disney
ABC,
the Wonderful World of
Wonderful
Disney
World.
or something.
It was a free. It was on the free
Disney,
channel.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Disney channel because I didn't have cable. It was just a regular
it was
free
ABC
channel. Okay,
Yeah.
ABC.
No, but it was all
the Wide World of Disney.
Yeah, so if one of those movies popped up there, I was allowed to watch that. So
yeah, and that was the same thing for me when I would stay with my family in Wyoming. We were allowed to watch news in the morning, news at lunch, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and then Saturday morning cartoons and Wide World of Disney. That was the only thing I was allowed. Yeah, there we go. Walt Disney Anthology. So like it was like, oh my God, coming from a kid that watched TV, The Wonderful World of Disney. Isn't that what I said?
You might have. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm better than you, Cliff.
Of course you are.
Everyone is. So it was one of those things. And Ripley's Believe It or Not, that was another thing that my grandparents would actually let us watch TV for. But okay, so Engineer Nerd said he'd be down with the Snow White Queen. Cliffy, if you had your choice, what would be your Disney Ultimate from Super 7? Get you to bite.
I don't think there is a Disney character I'd bite.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the movies when I was a kid. I don't think I ever had a Disney toy. You know what I mean? And my collecting now is kind of connected to things I bought as a kid. But my favorite Disney movie is actually Mulan.
Oh, nice.
I think Mulan's awesome.
So what about an ultimate? What was the dragon? Mushu? What about an ultimate Mushu?
It wouldn't be Mushu. It'd probably be one of the Huns because I thought the Huns were awesome. Because they're terrifying.
with this cool like hawk or falcon or whatever it was. Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't get anything. Plus, I mean, these are $45 each. No, I'm good.
45. Yeah, and then shipping. So I would go a Little Mermaid. I would probably do a Little Mermaid. And then not a Mufasa, but a
Scar?
What was the son.
Simba.
Yes, thank you. A Simba, because an ultimate version would probably have a little Simba, like a kid Simba. Then it would have an adult Simba with probably an alternate head or something. So yeah, those would be the two that get me. But
I don't know. The more we talk about like these things, like I kind of feel I had a horrible childhood.
Are we making you feel bad, Lotus?
Yeah.
It's okay, Lotus. I mean, you have a personality that has enabled you to repair your own fucking Corvette, for God's sakes, and rebuild a Billy Bob from scratch. I would say your childhood led to a pretty amazing adult.
I guess so. I can't talk about. I feel left out of all this. Like I really do feel left out. Like the more and more we talk about toys from our childhood and what we had and all this, I'm just like, I just didn't have any of that stuff. It just wasn't part of my timeline. It's like it's just not part of my brain.
But you also don't hoard. You don't spend thousands of hours watching TV a month. like I do. You know, that's part of my childhood is I know about all these toys and all these cartoons because my mom sat me in front of a TV for fucking 8 hours a day after school, you know, kind of thing. So, and there's pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
I don't know of any minuses, but it sounds great.
It's like I'm still living the life, bro. We get some Toy World World War II hot rod and barricade prototype images, and this is really interesting because we're getting set pieces from them and shit. I didn't even know that that's what the hot rod looked like from the movie, but set pieces, and then the barricade's also going to have set pieces. You get a little frenzy there with them. And like I said, there's gotta be like movie fans like, fuck yeah! Like, oh my God, I never thought I would get that bench or that table or something.
I know, yeah.
But
it's so weird.
Yeah, I'm just like, why? What? I mean, this is adding $20 to the price point, right?
What is that dome? Is that an adding machine?
I think it's like a Transformers figure it's a robot that somebody caught during World War II.
Okay.
Like they caught a drone or something like that. And that's what I'm saying. I didn't even remember Frenzy was in fucking this scene from World War II. We're talking about a scene that takes up about 3 minutes of a movie. So,
yeah.
But
all right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. And I like the movies. Again, third party is just kind of turned into a miscellaneous thing. But we got Super 7 reaction figures. Again, way overpriced now at $18 a piece. But I'll be getting this Panthro. I'll be pre-ordering that shit because I'm all about the Panthro, not Panther. Panthro. Thank you, Cliff.
Yeah, man. He's the best Thundercat.
I agree. He's the engineer with the nunchucks. But yeah, beyond this, it's kind of cool that they're giving Moomra a cape. I think that's the first time they've done that. That's very vintage-esque, in my opinion. I'd be curious if it's a final cape or just like a little cloth one. But
it's a fruit roll-up. Okay, let's talk about fruit roll-ups. Did you get...
Let's be inclusive, Cliff.
Wait. Did you guys have the real branded fruit roll-ups, or did you get the sun-kissed ones?
Oh,
I had the Betty Crocker ones.
Roll-ups. Those are fruit
that's the
roll-ups.
real that's the real one. So me growing up, when all my friends opened their lunch bag, they got like the real branded fruit roll-ups, and they had like designs you could punch out and all kinds of fun stuff. And I got the stupid sun-kissed one, which was just a round oval.
And it was like orange flavor.
Yeah, well, no, they had the grape. They had different flavors, but it was not a fruit roll-up. It was a thinner fruit roll-up. It was the knockoff fruit roll-up. That's what it was.
No, I didn't get them very often. I will say this, but my most vivid memory of fruit roll-ups was when I was at YMCA day camp. We would get them at YMCA day camp as part of our afternoon snack. So all of us would wrap it around our finger, and then suck our finger, and then go fuck with everybody and try to touch them with our gross, melty saliva fruit roll-up finger.
and to think when you grow up, edible underwear turns out to be fruit roll-up. I mean, it's like, what in the world? Would you ever have thought when you were a kid that you were actually playing with edible underwear the whole time?
Oh shit.
Damn, I haven't had a fruit roll up in like 5 years, man. Like it's been a while.
Again, welcome to having a kid. It's been very, very recent since I was either buzzed or stoned late night. Like, I'm gonna eat one of her fruit roll-ups.
Listen, did you guys ever carry around bubble tape?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like
We used to
bubble
make
tape was
bombs out of the empty bubble tape dispensers.
Right. I mean, so you always had Big League Chew, right? So that was always
Yep.
there.
That was
Like,
that
would
was
you-
more my thing than bubble tape. But
Yeah, well, bubble tape came out, man. It was just like, oh, yeah, I had to get a thing of. You always had to carry a thing of bubble tape with you, you know.
Yeah, we
I
had bubble
agree.
tape. Pre now bubble tape has like the container comes in, like dispenses it. This used to just look like a hockey puck that
It was
you'd
just-
have to
yeah,
take the cover off, pull the
Exactly.
roll out.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Exactly. It was literally just like just like you said, just a hockey puck container. You would remove the lid, you'd pull the whole thing out, which would make
Put
you
your dirty hands all over
it
it.
would make you chew more because you just like would and it was super soft. I just remember it to be like super soft, you know.
So the company that made that had a factory in my town, and so we were taste testers for that company.
Oh wow.
Me and my brother and my sister.
Now they
Emerald
also
products.
at the same time, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but at KB Toys you could buy bubble tape there too, but they also had the squeezable. So the same company that did the bubble tape,
Squeeze
they did
pop.
it was a squeezable gum though. It was gum. It was the same gum, but it was squeezable.
That I don't
Remember that?
remember. I do remember the squeeze pop, which was made by the same company, and that shit
Okay,
was
so
delicious.
maybe the squeeze gum just wasn't the same company, but it was out the same time. I remember alternating back and forth. Sometimes I'd have a tube of gum in my pocket.
That's right. It was like in a toothpaste tube.
Yes, it was a toothpaste
Yes,
tube
I do
of
remember
gum.
that.
yeah, I do remember
Yes,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, you just squirt some in your mouth, you start chewing. Oh man.
So we have a comment here.
That's my sister.
And oh, is it? I was
Yes,
like,
today.
oh my God, there's a woman listening to our episode.
That's my sister Lauren.
Says, will you talk about Jim and the Misfits in a future episode? We will definitely talk about that. Cliff, you need to send me an email to remind me about this, but we will put it on the next show.
Lauren, will you text me to
Because-
remind me to send Slick an email?
Let's create a notification chain here. But yes, I am a Jim fanatic, and every year I try to get my daughter into it. I mean, she watches all kinds of singing stuff on YouTube and all that. I'm like, there's a whole cartoon where they sing like 2 or 3 songs an episode, and yeah,
Yeah, the Misfits
What
were
was-
the rival, right?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
Gem and
yeah.
the Holograms versus the Misfits. Yeah,
yeah.
the
What was
Misfits. Go ahead, Lotus.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? So Jem, she was just a regular like girl or something like that,
Well,
and then
Lotus, she was truly outrageous.
No, who was she when she was just a regular girl? She was just a regular girl, or was her name Jem?
No, it was Erica, if
Okay.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like a Hannah Montana thing, right? Like she had
yes,
a secret identity.
exactly.
Yeah,
Hannah
Okay.
Montana was completely ripped off Jim. Like it's you know, again, it's one of those things. If you ask a teenager nowadays, why do you wear high-waisted jeans? They'll be like, because they're cool. And you could show them, well, 15 years ago they were awful. They were called mom pants, and then 15 years before that they were cool. You know, it's all this cyclical shit. But yeah, Hannah Montana ripped off Jim, except for the whole hologram and AI and all that kind of
well, yeah,
stuff.
because it was
which-
all like '80s punk, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, did you guys ever pin your pants at your ankles? You know, pin.
Fuck
pin-
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? I was a skater. I couldn't have my fucking my pants hanging over my shoes.
So you actually pinned them, or did you just roll them without pins?
Oh, rolled them.
Just
Yeah,
rolled 'em,
no,
okay.
only lamos fucking pinned them. Those were
Oh, I
people
don't know. I don't
that couldn't figure out how to just. So what it was called, at least in my group, was pin rolling. So you folded it over and then you rolled it. So it was a pin roll. Nobody actually, safety pinned their shit. Girls did that, and
Maybe
then they
that's
would
what I'm
put their
thinking of.
and then they would put their socks over it. They'd
okay.
have their big, like, basically knee-high socks that they would put over their pants, but then squish them down.
Okay.
But Cliff, pin roll?
No, man. I'd say the highest fashion I got into as a kid was I had overalls, and I would unhook one of the.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, hey, did you ever wear them backwards? So listen,
No, I
when
was
Crisscross came out, I
Crisscross.
wore them backwards. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Yeah, Lotus.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man, it was crazy.
I never had any desire. Like, I think Crisscross came out when I was in 5th grade, and I'm like, that just sounds like a lot of work. Like, to wear your clothes backwards.
Yeah, man.
That
was all a scam, right? That Crisscross thing, that wasn't even them rapping or something. Wasn't it like just a scam, like Milli
No, I think you're
Vanilli?
thinking of Milli Vanilli.
Oh. Yeah,
I thought Crisscross was the same as Milli Vanilli.
No, they tried to make it. They split up, and one of them tried to do a solo career, and like they were really trying to make it as rappers, and they got kind of pigeonholed into that fucking backwards thing,
Yeah. Yep.
Laura. And I don't want it. Lauren, I think you called her Lori. She is very happy about this.
Her name's Lauren. Yeah.
All right. Online Zorro Pre-Order. And I think there's also I think the Flash is also up for pre-order as well. I just saw this story. Zorro and Tornado.
Who's into Zorro?
I pre-ordered both of these.
Really? You like
Really?
Zorro? Like Zorro was something
because you
Let
have
me
the
tell-
vintage line.
I
right?
fucking love the 1998 film starring Antonio Banderas, The Mask of Zorro. It's a dope movie.
I like it. I agree.
And so I have been, since that movie came out, I've kind of been waiting for just a Zorro figure to just throw on the shelf because I really love that movie. And this is the first thing that's come out really since '98 I've been able to get. So I pre-ordered them both. You should watch that movie, Lotus. It's on Netflix. It's fucking dope.
The only Antonio Banderas movie that I remember, just because I had on Laserdisc, was called Assassins.
Assassins
see
with
that?
Sylvester Stallone, written by the
Yeah.
Wachowski brothers. Yes.
And it was and Antonio Antonio was in it, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay,
him and
yeah,
Sylvester
yeah.
Stallone.
So yeah, I had that on Laserdisc. So that's the only.
You've never
movie
seen
that I remember.
Desperado?
Oh God!
I think I have. I don't. I mean, I can't really. Yeah, I don't. I purge a lot of stuff. Like I said, stuff that's not essential for me. I just purge.
Well,
Now,
yeah,
I do
dude,
like
you
The
should watch
Purge.
the Zorro.
Now, Cliff, I do like The Purge. So I like all those movies.
I like The Purge. I thought the first one, I thought the idea was better than the movie, but I thought The Purge 2 was cool when you had like the Punisher like dude going out just killing shit, kind of seeing everything we wanted to see in the first movie.
It
This
just
sounds awesome. What do you mean we're trapped in Ethan Hawke's house?
And I've been on the whole mythos. Even I really dug the Purge series. Have you seen that, Cliff?
No, I haven't seen the series. I've only seen the first. I've only seen the first two movies. I haven't even seen the third one.
And I forget. I forget if it's FX or something, but figure out a way to see the Purge series. It's worth it. It's good. So,
all right, cool. Yeah, check it out.
Engineer Nerd says he's gonna order Zorro. He has a bunch of Western stuff from the 80s. So yeah, that was the one thing. Like, I mean, I watched The Lone Ranger and stuff like that, but I just haven't gone that far to do Lone Ranger figures or Tonto or anything like that. So.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
What'd you do? Did you kick Jason off? Did you just kick Jason off?
Dude, that was awesome, dude. I just said no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, stop. And I kicked him out of the. Now it's just me and you, Cliff. No, the reason why I said that is because I see John's little icon. It looks like the no whammy thing, the whatever that was called from that game show.
I thought you did some kind of voodoo shit. Because as soon as you said stop, Jason left.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was literally like right on the money there.
I hit back on the wrong browser window. I was like, okay, don't panic. You could join back up. Let's see, ThreeZero Seige Megatron. So again, if you like the cartoon that much, you can spend $80 for a non-transforming figure from it. And I just because the animation is based on the figures, and now they're doing a statue of the animation.
Yeah,
you're just paying $200 for a really well painted version of the figure that doesn't transform.
This is totally ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I think the Voyagers are 6 inches, so this is 4 inches taller. I
mean, if they wanted to, they could do, you know, the red line, you know, the RED line that's going to be coming out. They could do all these figures in the red line if they just want to do static figures that are painted, you know, better than the toys.
Exactly. That's why I want you into figure customization, so you can do how-to videos on how to.
I don't know
paint,
how to
wash,
customize.
but you'll learn.
Do any of that. I'm not interested.
For us,
I won't learn because I'm not interested in there.
No, I know.
It's like you're trying to get him to do drugs.
Come on. No, I completely understand that. It has to be something that interests you. So that's why I need our audience to get you interested. Now these are kind of interesting. So these are, again, the deluxe figures. So we've talked about the Prime. We get a Shattered Glass Prime, which I'm always a little partial to, where he's all beat to fuck and has a lot of remolding on him. The Blitzwing is really interesting. So they did a Bumblebee Blitzwing, and now they're going to do a repaint of him in his actual Blitzwing color. Kind of. Blitzwing didn't ever have red on him, but closer to a G1 Blitzwing. So they're trying to do this right. You know, the Shattered Glass is looking really interesting, that kind of thing. But again, $200 non-transforming figure, just way too much. Yeah.
Yep.
Ultimate Action Figure Auction. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I thought it was a lot cooler than it was when I first looked into it. But this guy is trying to raise money for charity, and I can get down with that, for Children's Health Foundation. And what he's done is he's basically gone and collected 10 of the most coveted collectibles and action figures at this time. So we get a Jabba sail barge, we get an OG Star Wars Cantina adventure set, with all of the figures, including the blue Snaggletooth, which is just ridiculous amounts by itself. We get a USS Flag that's complete, which is almost unheard of. The Skeletor is a little disappointing that it's just the most yellow Skeletor that I've ever seen in my life. You get a loose Yak Face. I think they said this was sealed. Like playing in blah 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 blah. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, box with a box or sealed in a box. So a Necto 1 from the real Ghostbusters. You get a Optimus Prime. Is this sealed? Doesn't say so. G1 Megatron. This is probably one of the biggest ones. This was something I had as a kid that's almost impossible to find today nowadays because of the whole gun regulations things on a lot of the popular auction sites. You get a She-Ra. This is kind of but this will be happening this Thursday. Really cool thing. He's basically spent a year collecting all of these toys, which sounds fun to me. And now he's going to auction them off, and anything that whatever over the amount he paid for each one of these. Now I'd like to know what he paid for each one of these, will go to charity. So really cool thing. If you're a vintage collector, you want a showpiece for your collection. Kind of hits all the hearts and minds of us 80s toy collectors. So
John wants me to get into repairing world's smallest Transformers. Well, John, I won't even touch the world's smallest Transformers without gloves on. So I'm not going to take them apart. I'm not going to repaint them. No. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever broke any of my WSTs. So, all right, what we got? How are we doing on time? Okay, I think we got about 20 minutes. All right, what we got? Cliff, what you got? You got anything good?
Yeah, I got the I bought one of those Foosh Ninjas. They had a sale.
The articulated icons.
So I got the purple ninja.
Ah, cool.
It's kind of cool. His hands fall off if you look at him wrong. So that's cool. But I've got that, and then I got apparently they made a Batmobile for Superman. So I bought it.
Oh, holy shit.
Superman's custom coupe. Clark Kent sits in it, and then you pull it out and like wings deploy, and then like a Superman that's hidden in there gets revealed. But I saw that Superman had a Batmobile, and I was like, I need to own this Superman Batmobile. That's all.
Kind of like,
it's pretty quick.
Like the Superman mech suit, because Superman needs a mech suit or a walker.
The Justice Jogger. Are you referring to the Justice Jogger?
Yes. Yeah. So I need you to do a custom of Superman where he's got full-on gray beard, full-on balding. He's lost his hair. The red sun has made him lose his hair over time. And he's in the Justice Jogger. So it's basically the 80s version of the Rascal for Superman.
Nice.
Lotus, what about you? Besides some Billy Bob overalls, what have you received?
Just to clarify, that was just regular fabric that I'm turning fabric into a set of overalls. So I bought a pillow.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought a pillow. It's it's one of those pillows that have cooling gel in it.
Oh, I have one of those.
Collapsible. It's collapsible cooling gel. It's like it's like the company Purple. I don't know if you guys seen those purple mattresses and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that. It has like a flexible, collapsible membrane of this cooling gel stuff. The only thing I don't like about it is
that it weighs 50 pounds.
Well, it does weigh 50 pounds. It really does. I mean, you definitely don't.
Whenever it falls off my bed, it's like an earthquake.
The only thing that I don't like about it is I just got it. It has a really bad chemical smell, so I'm still airing it out, and so we'll see. We'll see if that smell goes away. It's really strong. So, but yeah, I got that, and I got those. I I picked up those Masters of the Universe, World's Smallest little figures. So.
Oh, you found them, the minis?
Yeah.
Oh,
I used the Open Your Toy group,
No,
and
I'm sorry.
I posted
the
pictures
world's
of them.
smallest. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
it's
thinking
okay.
of the minis, like the deformed ones, not the actual world's smallest. Which ones were you able to find?
Tila, He-Man, and Skeletor.
Yeah, that Battle Cat. I want so bad. I want it so bad.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
I wanted to make sure that was emphasized.
So I don't know if I'll keep them or not, but I have them. They raised the price on them. So instead of, when I bought the Transformer ones last year, they were $4.99, but now these ones are $5.99 at Target.
Yeah, it made me mad. It made me mad when I checked out.
Yeah, not too sure why they raised the price on them, but
man, I've been hitting targets like crazy. Haven't seen shit for Cobra Island.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any GI Joes at my Targets.
Yeah, neither. I saw one Duke at one of my Targets.
I haven't seen any of those turtles that everyone's going crazy for.
Yeah, the animation 2-packs.
Yeah, and I saw Skeletor, but haven't seen He-Man. I haven't seen any of the other stuff. Like Jonathan Pollock is getting all kinds of cool stuff, but I haven't seen any of that stuff. I haven't seen Battle Cat, none of that.
Yeah, I haven't been to Walmart in ages.
So I did on Friday, I did a 5 Walmart, 3 Target toy run. And
got all that gas money, huh? You got that gas money?
Well, I got an amazing deal. On a ship to store, or not a ship to store, but pick up free at a store at a Walmart that was across town. So as I headed to that Walmart, I hit all the ones on the way. And plus, again, if you've got a wife and a kid at home and it's 24 hours a day, sometimes you just need to be like, I'm going to drive around town for 5 hours and go to different stores, and that's what I did. So
I know how that is.
Very fruitful though. So found the world's smallest Transformers, which I hadn't seen since I originally got my Prime. They were back. And then I did find the Masters of the Universe, Tila, He-Man, and Skeletor. Only one He-Man. Saw tons of Tilas and a few Skeletors, enough that I could compare their faces. So I got a good Skeletor face, because watch out, those are really iffy. Skip Tila, but no Battle Cat, unfortunately. And Battle Cat's
cool. Comes in a little box.
Yeah, I want a Battle Cat. I need 2 He-Mans. I need 1 He-Man to keep in the package, and I need a He-Man to open with Battle Cat. I want a He-Man riding on that Battle Cat, but never found the Battle Cat. The magic world's smallest is going to clog the pegs.
Yeah.
That was at my closest Target. The other 2 Targets, nothing but magic.
Yeah, I don't see who's going to ever buy those magic ones,
Yeah.
You have to have a really good nostalgic, feeling for basically a box,
Yeah. It was the first time ever I wanted to do the Star Wars action nerd thing of back in the day when Star Wars would clog their pegs, they would buy 30 figures just to clear their pegs at their local Target, and then let them restock with new figures and then return the 30 figures.
Yep.
Like that's their trick that they would try to do. But let's see, what else did I get? Found the Origins Battle Cat, but that was the only thing I found. No Sky Sled, no Skeletor, and then what everybody's having a hard time, no He-Man. of course, but saw the Battle Cat at multiple Walmarts. Again, I hit 5 of them. Found the McFarlane Battle Beasts Max 10 or whatever he's calling it. Bought the snake. The snake is for $10. I really want the shark, but I skipped it just because I was finding more things to buy. But I'll buy the shark eventually. But it's crazy that the big gorilla that's like twice the size of the shark is the same price as the shark. But
that's what McFarlane's been doing that for years, though. Like it's like the same price. That's where they did like remember the giant devil, the Malbagolja?
Yeah.
They released him on a card, even though he was like 18 inches tall. Like McFarlane's always been about same price for everything, just wacky variations.
Exactly. And did that not make it into the show notes? I think. Oh, I completely skipped store report. But anyways, we don't have enough time to go back. But so I bought that big mechanized snake thing. He needs to be repainted, and that's what's going to happen to all of these. Like the Raptor is ridiculous. The Raptor is facing backwards, and you can't turn him around. So who the fuck is going to buy a Raptor that's looking at its ass? But all of these are like, the snake was like salmon color. The shark is like light blue. You know, he's going to release these in like a gray shark and a red snake or a blue, like something that people will want. I finally found the clone Decepticon 2-pack at Target in a nice minty package because I'm not going to open it. I already have them from the other one. And then the big get was I literally found a Cobra Island Trooper on the peg. Like, only figure there. Found it on the peg, like, yeah! Like, that was a fucking, like, oh my God, driving around for 5 hours is all worth it because I found that fucking Cobra Trooper. Just because I'm not the guy to go ask people to get stuff from the back. Like,
no, neither am I.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the pegs, and if it's not on the pegs. Now, I did find a beachhead as well, but the beachhead was in their collector section, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Cliff, I'm with you. I was looking for any of those turtle 2-packs. Come on in. You dressed? We're recording. Okay, Miss McFavorite's acting weird. Like,
I just woke up.
Okay, all right. Well, say hi. Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
So, no, what's up, babe?
I've been sleeping all day.
Yes, you have been. It's your birthday weekend. Congratulations. You get to sleep all day.
Happy birthday.
Cliff says happy birthday.
Thank you.
And then a couple of things through the mail. I got my first San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Hey! I got the glow-in-the-dark Ultimate Big Chap, which is very cool. Like, not only does the figure glow in the dark, the only reason why I'm keeping it is the package glows in the dark as well. So I was like, baller.
Can you show, is that the one, does it say 2020 exclusive in the corner?
They're handy. So yeah, give me a second.
I took a picture of one this week at Walmart, and it was the glow in the dark one. I'm just wondering if it's the same one and they're just stocking it. You know how NECA does that weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's, it's an exclusive, but it's not, kind of thing. Actually, I think the pic.
Okay.
I think I posted pictures on.
So this does have the NECA
Convention
exclusive. So, but this looks identical to the one that's in Target, except for the back. Obviously, has the glow in the dark, and then the figure. Because I have this figure; it's displayed right now.
So what's the difference between this one and the?
So the figure is glow in the dark,
right?
And then everything you see that's a light color, all these borders, everything, all this entire thing is all glow in the dark.
Oh, okay.
And if I had hue lights in my room, I'd turn it off and you could see it. But so that was the Alien, and that one I mainly got just because it was available at the same time as I was getting the Predator 2.
The lightning figure.
Yeah, here we go.
Is that the one with the box that lights up?
Oh, it's so sad. You can't. Oh, did mine break already? Mine broke already.
Really?
I opened it when I first got it, and the lightning went off, and now the lightning's not going off.
I think it's got a light sensor that has to.
Oh my god, I am gonna be so mad. Yeah, it's not good. And I don't know, Cliff, whether it was like bright or dark when I opened it, but yeah, the first time I opened it, it just did the lightning thing. So okay,
maybe it's a one shot. Maybe it's a one shot lightning.
The first time you open it, it does the lightning, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We got you. You better enjoy this little lightning effect. The batteries are only good for one shot, man.
I'm gonna be grumpy about that if that's the case. I did. Peter and I both did pre-orders from Deep Discount. So we got the Mega Constructs, Roton, and He-Man with Battle Cat. Haven't opened it up yet. So that's an exciting one. And then last big exciting gets is I sucked it up and ordered them, even though I didn't get free shipping or anything. And I got the Turtles in Time. So this is the exact same mold as the animation one everybody's looking at Target, but this is the 8-bit version of Leatherhead, and then I'm a Mikey fan, so I had to get that version. Oh my god, what are you doing here?
I poured it in the wrong glass. You've got a bottle right there. Don't even act like.
Where's my shot? Jesus, say cheers, everybody.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Little Miss McFavorite is cheersing with her tortilla. All right, get out of here. Let me finish my show. We're almost done here.
I don't want you to be done.
Why are you squeezing your tortilla up in a ball? All right. Love you guys. Oh my god. Miss McFavorite. She hasn't had anything to drink.
Since I woke up.
Get out of here.
Out.
We love you. All right. Cheers, baby. All right, listener feedback and questions. Denver, and which I didn't even make this connection. He mentioned it in this email. Mentioned it in this email is Denver is Cass from the YouTube live streams. So this is Cass. He says, I saw season 3 of Transformers Siege on Netflix is going to be Kingdom with Beast Wars characters. Although I haven't been collecting any Siege figures, I'll probably collect any that are Beast based on Beast Wars. Like Rock, I'm mostly interested in Transformers if they have retro packaging, but I never collected any original Beast Wars characters when they first came out, so I don't have any nostalgia for the original packaging for those. Do you guys have any guesses for if/when Seige Beast Wars line would debut? Also, I did watch the new Transformers show on Netflix. I didn't love it, but I did like it, and I'll watch the next series for sure. Also, I'm crossing my fingers I can get those Cobra Island exclusive Joes from Target.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. So that's really interesting. So he's like a vintage packaging collector like Rock, where he wants everything to be in package. But since he doesn't have any connection to Beast Wars, he'll actually buy those figures and open them up. That's an interesting paradigm, in my opinion.
Or
right?
just don't buy them.
Yeah.
Well, but he's saying he is going to buy them. So I collected all the Beast Wars back when they were originally coming out. And I shouldn't say collected all of them. It was back before I knew about collecting. I would just go to Walmart in my little small town college and, oh, there's Transformers that I've seen on this cartoon, and I would buy one. So it's kind of interesting that you might neglect your want to open up other figures because you want to keep them in the package, but because you don't have any connection to these figures, you're like, oh, I'm going to buy those and open them. I guess I would just, and I do this with a lot of stuff I keep in package. I buy two if I really want the package, I did that recently with Astro Train just because I found a $9 Astro Train. So I bought one to open up, but I have one that's going to stay in his mint packaging.
Did you see the $6? Did you see the ones that people were posting that were $6?
No, have they gone that?
Yeah.
My Walmart has it at $7. It has a shelf tag for $7.
For $7, okay.
But it's never had them.
Yeah.
I've never seen an Astro Train at my Walmart ever, but it has a shelf tag for $7 Astro Train for some reason.
By the way, we got some breaking news. Because I guess they're doing Mattel is doing a Masters of the Universe panel right now.
Yeah. The Origins panel started like half an hour ago.
So there's a new line of classics like 7-inch scale figures that will be separate from Origins. They'll be $19.99 each. They'll be coming in window boxes and they're going to do 8 core characters to start out with, and they'll have 30 points of articulation each.
Oh shit! They are taking the classics molds and making them a retail release. I know it says
look
classics.
Like classics. Yeah.
Oh, they don't. Okay, let me. Where are we finding this?
I'll send it to you in the. Oh shit! I'm on 2 different computers. Hold on.
No, it's fine. Just tell me, is it PowerCon or is it?
It's Toy News International. Toy News International.
Toy News. Yeah. All right. I like this breaking. How are you doing, Oh, we're already halfway into your Big Brother. Are you recording it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lotus.
There you go. It's that Masterverse.
Okay. Line for 2021. Classic like 7-inch. Crazy. Oh, they are.
The silhouettes almost look like 2000X.
Yeah, that's interesting. But the blocks are still very similar. Oh, the women and the beasts are so dramatically different. That's crazy. Oh, and this is the Revelation line. Oh no, this is the evolution of He-Man. Oh wow, they're doing a Masterverse, the evolution of He-Man. Oh no, okay, so this is the Revelation line. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So the Revelation line is the one that's going to pick up right after Filmation.
A show run by
Crazy.
Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that is some breaking news. I'm excited about that.
I just think
like,
it kind of slaps Super 7 in the face. I mean, Mattel's whole thing was we don't want to have two lines, so we're canceling the classics. We're taking this license back because we're going to do Origins. We can't have two competing lines right now. Only to turn around and be like, by the way, we're going to do our own thing.
We're going to do your exact same thing. Use your same sculptors, or our sculptors, most likely. So this is another interesting thing. Origins Figures Deluxe. For the mini lines, Peter posted about this as well in the group, that the Roton and Road Ripper are going to be coming in packs in that minis line. Origins, new characters coming, as well as deluxe Origin figures, Mechanex Stratos, Merman Ninjor, Ayo. Deluxe figures will be Battle Armor He-Man, Skeletor Clamp Champ, nice, and Ram Man. Will come with mini comics with new unique stories. Panther, which is not flocked, is coming at $25. That's the same price as Battle Cat. She-Ra will be out at Mass in the spring. Oh, Land Shark. Ew, I love me some Land Shark. Will be $30, larger than the vintage one. Jesus. We'll have the chomping feature as well. Rise of Evil 2-pack with Keldor and Cronus. So those are the human versions of Skeletor and Trapjaw. Will be a Target exclusives. There will be a flocked Panther for $15 more, exclusive to Walmart. There'll be two versions, a non-flocked and a flocked. I bet you anything that flocked version will be a Skeletor 2-pack. There's no way they're just going to charge you $15 more to flock it. And the fan poll winner is going to be first appearance Triclops. That's not what I voted for, but hey. And then gets into the Masterverse, 7-inch, 30 points of articulation, 8 core characters. They showed the packaging, so there'll be things the figures will be able to share with the classics line. These will be mass produced and available everywhere, along with Origins. Wow. So good thing we ran this long, right? We got to fucking reveal. Good on you, Cliff, for watching your news feeds. Excited for all that shit. Wow. We know the movie's supposed to be coming out. I don't know what else they're going to support this with other than convincing retail stores that these will sell well. And I guess as we've seen from the Master stuff, I've seen pegs for the figures and for the Battle Ram, but I didn't see anything there. So they're either sold out or just never made it there.
And with Walmart, it's flip a coin. It could be either one.
Yeah. So yeah, Denver, keep doing the Cobra Island thing. I've just seen so many reports of people saying that they had them in the back. The computer showed them, and no one would sell them because the street date was the 14th. And I showed them posts and everything. You know, I just imagine Target employees just seeing this guy showing them like his tank posts that said the street date's been changed, you know, and people not selling them and stuff. But
yeah, I don't ask. I just go, I check, I leave.
yeah. That's the way.
I'm not gonna be one of those guys who like tracks down an employee and it's like, "There, you have them in back. Go get them.
Go
like,
do it. Do it. I don't care what your policies are." So Lotus, all that He-Man knows. You know you want to watch He-Man. Come on, dude.
Nah.
I was just more making sure you were still there, but.
I'm falling asleep.
You should do, I'll tell you what, you should do 2000X, Lotus.
2000X is really good.
Yeah.
Having not watched it until I was an adult.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's a good story and well thought out and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, have you finished The Mandalorian, Lotus? Or did you only still just do those first few episodes?
No, I watched. I mean, there just hasn't been anything new, right? I mean, I watched it and everyone watched it.
Okay. I didn't realize. I thought maybe you had only done the few, but Mandalorian got 15. Is that right? 15 Emmy nominations. Yeah, and everybody said this was a big surprise. I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a nerd and like things way too much, but I didn't think that should be a surprise. I thought it was a really well done TV series. Would you agree, Lotus, not having the nerd nirvana behind it?
No, I thought it was a very good show. Not having, just like you said, not having any of the background, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they got that. A contender for outstanding drama series, as well as 12 other categories for a total of 15 nominations, cinematography, costume, special effects, and including the score. And then it looks like maybe Resistance got some as well. Set in the time. So Resistance got a nomination for outstanding children's program. I'm only maybe halfway through it, but it was pretty good. Again, what they're doing with a lot of newer stuff is just the being more woke, man. I mean, just giving women a bigger role, acknowledging minorities and that, that's not a bad word and that kind of stuff. So I did kind of like that about Resistance as well. Nothing Big, Transformers, Motu. I stuck Stealth Hammer in here because I wanted to talk about it. Stealth Hammer is the brainchild of Ryan Drost from Star Joe's. He tried this Kickstarter previously and it just didn't make it. A comic book series about really women empowerment and, a lot of good, fun comic stuff just in general. Amazing art, in my opinion. I am very critical of comic art, and this is some of the best art I've seen in a while, just because I kind of dig it. You can see here, I have selected the $30. I got in on the early bird pricing, which I assume, is no longer available, but you can get on different pledge levels as well. But just go support independent people right now. I mean, whether whether comics are your thing, whether sci-fi is your thing, just go support local people, especially people that have been in our action figure community for a long time. He lowered his goals significantly, so we're sitting at about $6,000 of $8,500 that he needs to make this. I mean, Jesus, just buy a comic. It's very reasonable as well. You can get the digital comic for $5. You can get a printed comic for $7. Of course, it's going to have some shipping on it and that kind of shit. But coloring books, if you have kids, again, I think this is something that you'll really dig, at least from my research into it. It's something you should support, in my opinion. And then lastly, to close out the show, G.I. Joe, they screened the movie for crew and actors, and Henry Golding of Crazy Rich Asians fame. Again, whether this is just him doing his actor thing or not, but he says, just saw Snake Eyes. Holy hell, this is the exact opposite of the cookie cutter super people movies. Wow, you guys are in for something insane. I can't wait for you all to get your mitts on this beast. Yowzers, literally grinning ear to ear. So, again.
Well, I think we can trust the star of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. The guy that has the most interest on whether it makes it or not. Yeah, kind of thing. But unfortunately, looks like most of us regular folk are going to have to wait till June 2021. And that's the crazy thing. Let's close the show with this. Let's do no more than 3 minutes. I would have thought at this point, even though Regal is supposed to open in they're supposed to open in a week. They're going to open on the 21st, supposedly. I am so surprised that we haven't seen more of these direct to digital movies, man. Like Snake Eyes, I would have never imagined they would have held out on it until a full box office release. I mean, Lotus, what are your thoughts? Do you see a lot of movies in the theaters at this point? Okay.
No.
Like none? Like
None.
You don't go to the movies at all?
I do not,
okay.
No.
Okay. So are you, being that you're that type of consumer, are you surprised they're postponing so many movies? Like that we just literally have had next to no movies for 5 months?
Yeah, I don't know. I just, with this new world we live in, I'm guessing movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah, and that,
I mean, even if they open, I just don't feel people are going to want to be in a confinement space with other people, you know?
Yeah, even if they blocked every 2 chairs around you and the entire thing.
Because you're not gonna. Yeah, because you're obviously gonna take off your mask when you sit down. You have to eat your popcorn and stuff. I mean, movie theaters are not. They're not known for clean. Movie theaters are not clean. You know, just to begin with. I agree. They're just sticky and ugh. Yeah.
And what about you, Cliff? You a big moviegoer and theater guy?
Yeah. I haven't seen a movie
every Friday kind of guy?
Oh no, I like to hit an evening show on like a Tuesday when it's empty.
Okay. But relatively regular.
Yeah. The last movie I saw in theaters was Bad Boys for Life. That's how long it's been. But I'm not going to see a movie in 2020, and I don't know how long I'll wait to see in 2021. But you have to understand that, like, releasing it onto digital is you are going to get a fraction of the box office.
I guess that's true.
fraction. Like you would, especially a movie like G.I. Joe, a movie like Halloween Kills, which got delayed a year, and Fast and the Furious got delayed a year.
Oh,
And
I didn't even know about a Halloween movie.
yeah, it was coming out in October and got delayed a full year. You're just not going to get the box office you would if you waited. So I think it's smarter to release. That's why I think you're seeing these smart. I can't believe Mulan's going to Disney Plus for $30.
Well, and that's what Peter was just saying here. He has 35, but it's 30.
Yeah, it's 30.
But yeah, it's crazy that they are not only making it a Disney Plus exclusive, but they're also going to upcharge the most. That all of these movies that have come out, as they call them, premium premieres, all the services call them something different, but they've all been $20, which I could understand. You know, you gather a group of 4 of you and you're going to watch it.
Have they all been the same? Have they all been the same price at 20, or have they been
pretty much?
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I haven't seen one that wasn't 20. So for them to do 30 and have it only be Disney Plus is crazy, but
there's a caveat though.
Oh, okay. I don't know the caveat.
The caveat is you have to have Disney Plus. You pay the $30, and then Mulan will always be in your Disney Plus library.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's much better than you have 48 hours and then you never get to watch it again.
It will remain in your Disney Plus libray
until it comes out in Disney Plus, and
until it's in everybody's library.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. I hadn't heard that.
I've been watching this, like the box office shit. That's my kind of wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And just like when this whole started, I put my flag in the ground. I said, I'm not entering a movie theater until October 18th when I go see Halloween Kills. And then when that got delayed a year, I was like, I'm not fucking going to a movie theater for anything. I think it's so unsafe right now to go to a movie theater. Even if you're wearing a mask, even if you're socially distanced, you're in a room for 2 hours with somebody breathing the same air. I don't care if you're wearing a mask.
You go to movies. Sorry, Lotus. Go ahead.
No, I mean, if you look at the science of, how far your particles spread when you even sneeze, when they showed renders of, someone sneezing in a shopping aisle and it literally going over almost 3 aisles from the aisle that you're in. Just think of how easy it would be in a movie theater like that to just spread.
And you're sitting there for hours.
Yeah,
just sucking in all that virus.
And what's crazy is I was totally on board with like, okay, I'm going to go, because while I was unemployed for that huge stint, one of the things I did enjoy was being like AMC Stubs Premiere member and going and seeing a movie at least once a week, that kind of stuff all by myself. Like you say, Cliff, during the day. No, I can't even count how many movies I saw by myself while I was unemployed, when maybe my entire life I saw one movie by myself, with no one else in the theater.
What's interesting, guys? What was the company that had the unlimited movie pass?
Movie Pass. That's the original thing I had. Yeah.
The one that was really cheap, right?
Yeah.
It was like the cheapest service, and they went out of business because they couldn't. So isn't that crazy that Movie Pass just went out of business maybe like 4 months before this virus hit us?
Yeah.
Because Movie Pass would probably still be in business if this virus would have been just a little bit closer,
Yeah.
Because the reason
they
why
were able to
Yeah. I mean, they went out of business because people were just taking advantage and literally just seeing multiple movies, even per day.
I went in when I had Movie Pass. I went and saw about 3 movies a week for 4 weeks at 10. I was getting into movies for less than $1.
Yeah. See, and that's why, you kind of
And
knew.
taking all my own snacks, and that's why they didn't make it, right?
Yeah,
Because
it
I
was-
didn't buy anything from the concession stand.
No, that's not why.
Wow.
It was
I
the
never-
ticket.
I never
they
joined.
had to pay for those tickets, and that's the problem. It was a Ponzi scheme, and they had to pay for those tickets. And unfortunately, they were taking a gamble to see if people, would just pay for the subscription and maybe do, one movie a month or whatever. But no, people took advantage of it and made them go bankrupt.
That's
They also had kind of a side sling. They were gathering demographics and basically like demographic information for what movies were being seen in what areas of the country, and they were turning around and selling that.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean I just didn't trust it from the get-go, so I never joined.
Well, I mean, like Jason said, the people who joined got a lot of value out of it. I mean, it was very cheap,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you talk about people that, like me, when I'm on employment, I literally consider myself one of the disability demographics. There are tons of people out there that get paid to not work that not necessarily can't leave the house. They'll go to Walmart. They have a disability for one reason or another, but it doesn't stop them from going to see movies and stuff. And that's what I would see during that time is you see lots of people that are just by themselves going to see these movies, So I could definitely see where it'd be easy to take advantage of that. Peter says he heard many people think that it's very fair, and he thinks most people will pay that $30. So,
yeah, I mean, I think people who are taking a whole family to the theater, they're going to spend more than 30 to see Mulan, because by the time they buy their popcorn and all that kind of stuff, they're probably shelling out $100, right?
Well, the NPR story I listened about this exact movie and about this exact thing is the movie critic they were talking about was saying, I'm a mother. I am a mother of a family of 4. And she's like, we easily pay $100 anytime we go see a movie in LA. When you're talking about parking, you're talking about tickets, you're talking about popcorn and sodas and things on the way, eating dinner because you're in a rush to go see a movie out, getting fast. She's like, we easily pay $100 plus anytime we go see a movie. So this is a fucking bargain for them. But if you live in Arkansas and you're a guy by yourself and you want to go see Mulan, this is the most expensive movie you've ever seen in your life, kind of thing. So, yeah, I feel it on both ends. I will definitely see a movie sooner rather than later, because I've grown to enjoy that movie seeing experience, especially on a Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. when no one's around, kind of thing. So I'll let you know. I won't be seeing it this month, but probably not waiting until next year like Cliff. So.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, the nice thing about movies is you can just walk out, right? I've walked out of movies because people are talking behind me and they've given me a gift certificate for the next time I come. If I walk into a movie and I feel like it's not safe, like I always sit in the back row. Like if I can't sit in the back row and I feel somebody's going to be expelling aerosol particulates in my direction, then I'll walk out and be like, I don't feel safe. Can you give me a gift certificate? You know,
But that's the reason why I won't go, is because although I might not feel that somebody's particulars are getting on me, I'm now locked in a room with them for 2 hours. So eventually, we're going to breathe the same air. Eventually,
if you could get back row, do you think it would be safe?
I don't do back row. I do front row, first seat. So I'm first in, first out. Boom.
You don't do front row, right? You don't
front
do
row,
front row
of the stadium.
Yeah, okay. Like where you're centered. Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically in the center.
I was going to lose a lot of respect for you if you're like this guy that's watching movies like this.
No. Typically, I sit in seat E1.
Okay. I like
it's
that.
the first row of the center, so I could just zip right out, because I'm always alone. I go see movies alone because I don't have any patience to plan movies with people. I'm like, no, I'm going at this time because this is when I feel like going by. Like, so I don't go see movies with people.
I feel you. I don't see movies with people because all of my friends, even though I've hushed them and shamed them and yelled at them afterwards, all my friends still want to fucking say something about the movie while we're watching it.
Oh,
I
fucking hate that.
Yeah. And Miss McFavorite claims she's the same way. And once she's a couple shots in, she's like, "Did you see what happened right then?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm watching the same movie. Shut the fuck up." All right, we'll let Lotus get to his big brother. We're way past 2.5 hours now. But thank you guys for coming on.
Do another hunt.
I hadn't talked toys in a long time, so I'm glad we got a chance to do this. Thank you for being available, Lotus and Cliff.
Yep, no problem, man. Thank you for letting me into the super secret, ultra secret chat. As soon as I got it, I was like, I'm not supposed to respond to this. I know he's asking me a question. This is a test. So then I had to read a little bit higher, and I'm like, oh, this is a different chat.
There you go. I was curious because one chat is OYTC and one is OYTC host. So I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to get the difference in this, but
I thought you were testing me, and I didn't want to fail.
All right, motherfuckers. We'll see you sooner rather than later. Or Lotus.
Or later rather than sooner.
Beep.